Can I ask my therapist if they've given me a diagnosis? Do I have a diagnosis? I'm a therapist, so let me tell you. The short answer is yes, you can ask your therapist if they've given you a diagnosis, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you the long answer too. It's important to keep in mind that I am based in the United States and I am not familiar with how places outside of the United States navigate mental health treatment. I also cannot speak to how every single therapist does this, but I will tell you how I navigate diagnosing a client. It's important to know that I am a private pay practice, meaning that when people come to work with me, they are paying me directly out of pocket. And so there is no other party, like an insurance company, who is paying me for the services that I am giving a client, which means that I don't have to justify why I should be paid for my services, which is one function of diagnosing a client. So if you are seeing a therapist and you are receiving services through your insurance, you have to have a diagnosis on your chart in order to get insurance reimbursement. Because I am a private pay practice and I don't have to justify why I am working with a client, I don't always give a diagnosis to my clients. Now, that being said, if I'm working with a client, like let's say they're coming in for the intake and we're going through like a mental health assessment, and I am noticing that they meet criteria for certain diagnoses, I will share that with them. I will keep that in the back of my mind as I continue to work with them. And just because we notice that they are meeting criteria for diagnoses, it does not mean that we have to put a diagnosis on their chart. We can if they want to, and I'll have that conversation with them. I'll say, hey, I'm noticing that you meet these criteria for this diagnosis, and I'm wondering how you feel about that. I'm wondering what that means to you. I'm wondering how you feel about diagnoses. Would it be important for you to have this on your chart? Would it help you to better understand yourself if we really named this? Depending on how that conversation goes and how the client feels about diagnoses, we could either put the diagnosis on their chart or we could leave it off. The other time that I will diagnose a client is when they are requesting that I give them super bills. So super bills are for people who have out-of-network insurance benefits, meaning that they will pay me directly. I give them essentially a receipt of services, and on that receipt, there is a diagnosis that they give to their insurance company. And again, it says to the insurance company, yes, this person has medical necessity to be receiving services, and this is why we should reimburse this person for them paying a therapist out of pocket. So if someone is requesting a super bill, we do talk about diagnosis then. I have the same conversation with them, letting them know hey, in order for you to get this insurance reimbursement, we have to have a diagnosis on the chart. So one, what is a sound diagnosis? And two, what diagnoses are you okay with your insurance company having access to? These conversations for some people can be really insightful and therapeutically valuable because it gives them an idea to understand how their therapist observes them and conceptualizes the experiences that they are having, which might help them to better understand themselves. So, short answer, yes, you can ask your therapist if they